I don't know about you, but it's like Christmas time for me when all of the curriculum starts to roll in for the coming school year. I have most of the things that I already needed, but there were just a few more things that I was still waiting to get. And today's video is sponsored by my mom, or Bama as our family knows her. Hi everyone, welcome to our homeschool table. My name is Jerilyn. I am a mom of 3 kids, ages 9, 3, and 10 months old. Today I'm going to be sharing an unboxing video of some of the new books and curriculum that I have ordered for our 2024-2025 school year. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and stick around and let's get started. So in the first package here from Thriftbooks, I've already opened it so that I didn't have to do quite so much opening, but we have Robinson Crusoe. And this is a book that my daughter will be reading this summer. The next book from Amazon is Men of the Mississippi. And this is a Clancy Holling book. These are just little 1 or 2 page, sometimes 3-page chapters. There are colored pictures and black and white throughout the book. The next book is another Clancy Holling book, Tree in the Trail. And this is another very short chapters, colorful pictures. My daughter read the book called Pegu this year, and he was a little hermit crab, and she really liked that book. That was also by Clancy Holling. And so I picked up a couple of those books for her. This next box from Amazon. So let's open that. Okay. So another book that we will be reading is The Wind in the Willows. And we have the Ambleside Online Poetry Anthology, Volume 5, which is for Year 5 poetry. So the 4 poets that we'll be studying are Rudyard Kipling, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, John Greenleaf Whittier, and Paul Laurence Dunbar. So the first and second one will be over a full term, and then the last 2 will be sharing a term together. Now, one thing, if you've ever looked into Ambleside Online, which is kind of a Charlotte Mason style curriculum, it's a free curriculum, except for buying the books, of course. But you could technically check them out from the library, things like that. Although most of the books are scheduled very spread out throughout the year, so you would probably want to own most of them. But Plutarch is a subject that they recommend, and I don't really know much about that. And so this is a book to hopefully help me understand what Plutarch is and if we are interested in doing that in our homeschool. We're studying American history right now, and I thought this book looked interesting. Abigail Adams, Witness to a Revolution. So my daughter and I will be reading that. And then the last thing in this box is the lesson book, Level 4. This is from Sherry Hayes at momdelights.com. And she also has a YouTube channel that I frequently watch. She is a mom of 15 kids, and she has been homeschooling for 30 years or more. And she has made these lesson books to go along mainly with the McGuffey readers. But when I saw the sections in these lesson books, I thought it would be perfect for the Charlotte Mason style copywork, dictation, and narration that we'll be doing this coming year. Okay, so now we're getting down to the boxes that I haven't actually opened because they came about an hour ago. For the shipping label. Okay, more good books. So this is the Burgess Animal Book for Children, and this is by Thornton Burgess. This year we are reading the Seashore book, and then we'll be reading the animal book, and then eventually we'll probably also read the bird book. Another Clancy Halling book, Seabird. I haven't really looked much into this one yet, but I'm sure it's very similar with beautiful pictures and short chapters. So that'll be fun. And then last but not least, Rainbow Resource. I did want to mention that all of these things were very graciously purchased for us by my mom, and so thank you to my mom for having all of these things sent to us for next year. Okay, so first is Preschool Math at Home by Kate Snow. And I had really debated on getting this book because I used to be a kindergarten teacher, and I also have a background in early childhood education and development. So I wasn't really sure that I would need this, except for the fact that since I'm not really using a preschool program this coming year, my son will be 3. Since I'm not really using any kind of actual program, I can tend to kind of put that off a little bit and not really do anything at all, which is fine for 3-year-olds because he's 3. But he specifically is interested in math, and he's always asking to do math when my daughter's doing her math time. So I decided to go ahead and pick up this book because it has little lessons that are very simple and easy for little children, but it just starts with counting to 5, and it gives you some things to do to practice that skill. And he can already count to 5, but we're also going to be counting objects, which is a completely different skill, one-to-one correspondence. And it also talks about subitizing, which is seeing a number and instantly saying the number, things like that, being able to count groups of objects. So I mainly just got this so that I would actually have somewhat of a lesson to follow. I didn't mention this in my math video a couple weeks ago, but this will be for top school math. The next thing is from Rainbow Resource as well. This is the alphabet coloring book from Memoria Press. And my son, he really likes to color, but when he had his previous coloring book that I showed in that video, he was almost done with that book, and it was kind of an alphabet type of book, and I didn't want to get him the same thing again. And I knew that Memoria Press had kind of some early learning resources, and so I just picked this up. So there's a 2-page spread for each letter, where he'll have the letter and then objects that begin with that letter. And so we are just going to practice the letters, and we'll talk about the sounds and things like that throughout the year. And then the next thing we have, the last thing, is the student workbook and the test book for my daughter's math program. We use Math UC, and so we have the teacher materials already for next year, which I talked all about in my math video recently. I'll link all of those curriculum videos down below if you are interested. But this is the Epsilon student workbook, and so it's all about fractions. Yay, fractions. So she will be working on that this coming year. And then it also comes with a test booklet. I'm sure she will be looking forward to that. So just when you thought I was done, I had to pop back on here because last night after I filmed the unboxing, I realized that there was still one more item that was going to be delivered the next day, today. So I am going to open that up. This is my last book from Thriftbooks. I had mentioned that we might be using the Burgess Bird book at some point, forgetting that I had actually bought that book and was going to be using it. And here it is. So that is the last of it. Now back to the other part. All of these things we are going to be using in our homeschool this coming year, and we're really excited about that. If you have any questions about any of the things that I showed today, or you want to see inside of something, please let me know. I'm always happy to do flip throughs or talk about different curriculum. I am kind of a curriculum research junkie, and so I definitely like to talk about curriculum whenever I can. Hope you guys are having a great day, and we'll see you next time.